viewers, as the chaos in Sydney winds down, an unbelievable video is making the rounds on social media, showing a man throwing himself at one of the shooters and eventually disarming him. The incredible footage shows the man wearing a light blue shirt and black pants crouching behind a parked vehicle near the gunman, who is facing away from him and firing his weapon. Just after the gunman fires, the blue-shirted man comes from behind, throws his arms around the shooter, grappling with him as he attempts to grab the firearm. The man eventually disarms the shooter and shortly after comes under fire from the second shooter on the bridge nearby, where police shortly thereafter subdue both attackers. It was at this point, presumably, that one of the attackers was gunned down while the other critically injured. Have a look at this unbelievable scene for yourself first.
Oh!
C'est un malade.
Oh mon gros! Oh!
Ouais, mais il y a son pote, il va se faire tirer dessus. Il est trop con le mec qui a l'arme.
Le mec est hyper courageux. Oh!
Wesh.
According to social media and local reports, this man has been identified as a 43-year-old Ahmed El-Ahmed, a fruit shop owner and father of two. As you saw in the video, Ahmed was shot, unfortunately, shortly after disarming one of the shooters and is currently in the hospital. New South Wales Premier Chris Minns hailed this unbelievable act of bravery, saying that it undoubtedly saved a lot of lives. Have a look.
Tonight saw extraordinary acts of personal courage and bravery from individuals in our community. And I think it's worth remembering that in all of this evil, in all of this sadness, there are still wonderful, brave Australians that are prepared to risk their lives to help a complete stranger. It's an unbelievable scene I've ever seen. A man walking up to a gunman who had fired on the community and single-handedly disarming him, putting his own life at risk to save the lives of countless other people. That man is a genuine hero, and I've got no doubt that there are many, many people alive tonight as a result of his bravery.
Meanwhile, world leaders are reacting to a terrorist attack that occurred during the Hanukkah by the Sea celebration there at Bondi Beach. 12 have been confirmed dead so far and 29 individuals rushed to hospital. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has accused the Australian government of fueling anti-Semitism. Netanyahu says that he had warned Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese months earlier that Australia's policies were intensifying anti-Semitism. He has stated that anti-Semitism spreads when leaders remain silent and fail to act, calling for stronger global action against hate and violence. Israeli Foreign Minister has also posted on X where he criticized Australia's Prime Minister's statement on the Bondi attack, saying it avoided naming Jews, anti-Semitism and terror. All right, I now request Andrew Latham, who's an international affairs expert, to join us in this discussion. Thank you, Andrew, for joining us here at NewsX World. Andrew, now there are crucial allegations coming in on the Australian Prime Minister, while in his statement after the attack, he said that Australia does stand with the Jewish community, but clearly there have been reports telling that warnings were already issued and such an attack was foreseeable. Now the Israeli officials are also saying that there was no mention of anti-Semitism or Jews in his post on social media as well. How do you see, Anthony, Albanese reacting to this criticism now? And what should he be doing ideally going forward?
Going forward, pardon me, he should be condemning this for what it was, a blatant and violent act of anti-Semitism, which of course has a long history in Western civilization and Western culture, of which Australia is still part. The fact that he hasn't done that, I think, suggests that there's much going on in terms of internal politics in Australia, but also other countries across the West. The left, the progressive left, whatever you want to call them, has blurred the line between anti-Zionism, which is a way of opposing Israeli/Jewish nationalism and what the Israeli state has been doing in Gaza, etc., with anti-Semitism. And so to the extent that governments across the West have been condemning anti-Zionism and the Netanyahu government's policies with respect to Gaza, many people have confused that, and it has triggered an always latent anti-Semitism. So this reaction was not directed against the Netanyahu government, but directed against Jewish people in Australia. That line, which is always gray, always fuzzy between anti-Zionism and anti-Semitism, can be blurred to the point where this kind of violence takes place. And the reaction should have been to condemn the anti-Semitism which is at play here. And the Albanese government so far hasn't done that.
All right, a crucial point that you mentioned there, Andrew. Thanks for staying with us. We are now going to move on to some more reactions coming in. The United Kingdom has also strongly condemned the anti-Semitic terrorist attack at Bondi, calling the incident deeply distressing. British Prime Minister posted on X, where he expressed condolences to the victims and their families and reaffirmed solidarity with Australia and the Jewish community. And French President Emmanuel